coys. Oh yeah, hey, come on in and have your say. Why don't you smash that like along the way? Let's talk Spurs with pure coys. Yeah, let's talk Spurs with pure coys. Let's talk Spurs with pure coys. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday morning. How are you all doing? How's your weekend going? It's a beautiful day here in the West Country. The sun is out. It is a bit nippy, so I've got a hoodie on first thing. But looking forward to a nice, chilled day. Gonna go grab a coffee with Edith after this, and then, as always, we're gonna, I don't know, gonna settle down and watch some football this afternoon and this evening. Of course, massive, massive game. Newcastle, West Ham. I was going to say Newcastle, Tottenham. Then Newcastle, West Ham, in a game that will shape our season. Right, we will kind of have a good gauge of where we are after this afternoon, this evening's game at St James's Park, and we will hope, of course, for a Newcastle win. But there's a lot going around, isn't there? That Newcastle may not be as up for it as West Ham. West Ham may get something. They won there last year, of course. And I want to talk about the FA Cup because I watched that shit show yesterday. What a terrible game of football. I mean, I don't know, but for me, FA Cup final day, you wait all day for it and it comes along and we get served up that. For me, it was a pretty poor game. Chelsea did very little in the first half, come out a little bit second half, but I thought it was a poor advertisement for the FA Cup final. Two of the biggest sides, allegedly in England, two of the biggest cheaters for certain. And yeah, for me, it was a bit of a damp squib. Didn't really do a lot. I was expecting more from a cup final, and I was massively let down last night. And then, of course, we had the news come out yesterday as well. And isn't it just typically Tottenham, right? It's just so Spursy that Chelsea can be terrible and lose an FA Cup final. And then suddenly it comes out that Xabi Alonso looks like he's going to be the new Chelsea manager. Could be installed as early as tomorrow. Wow. What a surprise, eh? Chelsea get a lift just before the game against us. Doesn't mean anything, of course. We still could go there and beat them. I have to say, after watching the Man City Chelsea final yesterday, and though it wasn't a great game, there wasn't lots of action, still two pretty good footballing sides, right? And Chelsea showed me enough in that game to think, oh, okay, this is still going to be a problem. It's still going to be a problem. I was a bit bullish yesterday, saying, why can't we go to Chelsea and win? Why can't we go there and get the points we need? Well, Chelsea is still a decent side. Let's not forget that. They're still a decent side. And we are going to have to be at our best to win against Chelsea. But we'll see what happens. There is no reason why we cannot go there, as I've said, and get a result. But so much riding on today. It feels a little bit this morning, a bit like the calm before the storm. It's all relaxed. We're all chilled. Okay. It is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. The closer it gets to kick off this evening for the Newcastle game, the nerves will start building. Even now, as I've said, Tottenham aren't even playing. The nerves are going to start building. God, I hope Newcastle win. I really do. Because I am so fearful of Tottenham are back in the bottom three tonight. I'm fearful, but guys, we will see what happens. What are you all drinking this morning? What are you all drinking? I got a nice cup of tea. Nice cup of tea. I don't have coffee at home, which is weird because I love coffee, but I don't drink it at home. It's a social drink for me, coffee. So yeah, I will be going for coffee after this. There was one more topic I wanted to bring up, but it's gone totally out of my head at the moment, which is absolutely fine. Guys, smash a like, hit subscribe if you're new. Really would appreciate. I am two subs short of 1.6k. I was one sub short last night. Got to get all excited. I might wake up with 1.6k subs. And I woke up and I lost one. So thank you very much, YouTube. But yeah, guys, if you haven't, please sub to the channel. Give it a like as well. It is so important. I failed to get the 50 likes over the last 3 or 4 streams. So if I could get there this morning, that would make up for it. I've come close. We're talking 48, 49. 50 would be fantastic. Let's say hello to the chat. It is all about you guys after all. And the first one in this morning, Kate Rickson. Big up, Kate. Says, good morning, Nige. I hope you are well, lovely. I am good. It is Sunday morning. It's the day of rest, apparently, isn't it? And I will be doing my best to rest. So, got my landlord coming around today, which would be fun. My boiler stopped working on Friday night. So, yeah, that's been fun. Wash it up with having the boiled kettles to wash up and boiled kettles to have baths with. I never realised to fill a bath even like that much would take about 26 kettles, but it does. So go figure. So yeah, he's coming around later to hopefully sort my boiler out. But there you go. Paige's in. Said morning peeps. Morning Paigey. I hope you are well. And she says, hit that like button, subscribe, and all that jazz. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big up, Paigey. And Kate says, morning, nice. 2 likes are done and dusted. Lovely. Thank you very much, Kate. Much appreciated. Can always count on you girls to sort it out, get the likes sorted. And here we go. Big up to you guys. Pete's in. Morning, Nige. Hope you're well. Good, mate. And big up to the chat. I'm good at the moment, mate. I'm good at the moment. I hope you are too. We've both got a massive couple of days ahead, a massive week ahead for both Spurs and Arsenal. And both in our own hands, which is nice, right? We will see what happens. Machina Joe's in. Said, hello, mate. Big up, Machina. I hope you're well, buddy. I hope you're well all the way over in Australia. Australia. My youngest is doing a presentation at the moment, and they've been practicing all week. She's 10. And they've got to pretend, I don't know exactly what it is, but they're doing some Australian thing where they're welcoming people into Australia. And one of her first lines is good day guys, welcome to the land of Australia. And she keeps saying, good day guys, welcome to the land of Australia. And I'm like, no, you've got to put the accent, you've got to be, good day guys, welcome to the land of Australia. And that was terrible. But she's not having it. She's not having it. She's just speaking perfect English, which hey, she's never going to become an actress. She might. She might. You never know. Pete says hi to Paigey. How are you? And he also says hi to Joe. Paigey says morning to Pete. And then says, good thing I watched the game, the last game week of Bundesliga instead of the FA Cup. Yeah, the FA Cup was terrible. Harry Kane. Wow. Another hat trick. Was that 11 hat tricks in his Bundesliga career? 11. That's one short of 6 a season. It's absolutely mental. And people say that he's not world class. When so many people when he was at Spurs, like, oh, he's not world class. This guy is unbelievable. What a striker. The best striker in world football, in my opinion. Hands down. At everything. At everything. Control, touch, finishing, passing, defending, heading, the best. And it makes me proud that he was a Spurs player for so long. Also makes me really disappointed that this great club that we all love didn't have the minerals, didn't have the bottle, didn't have the whereabouts to keep him and build a side around him. But this is Tottenham. This is what we're used to, isn't it? God, that got a bit negative quick. Lee's in. Big up, Lee. Said hello, everyone. Big up to you, buddy. I hope you are well. Guys, if you haven't, I'm sure you all have. Get over to Lee Statham TV and give him a sub. And Kate saying good morning to Pete. Paige is saying good morning to Lee. I'm going to try and miss through the chat when people saying hello. Paige said first cup of coffee of the day. Nice. I'm a bit of a snob, and I've got to go to a coffee shop to have a coffee, even though it costs money, and it's not even that great. but I won't say what coffee shop I go to, but it's the closest one to me. So it is a chain, Costa. And listen, it is what it is. I like sitting in there watching the world go by. You never know. I might find a woman in there one day. One day, who knows? Who knows? Machina Joe says Haaland, good goal scorer, very good tapping merchant, mainly because of his size. Not a good footballer. He showed the ball control of a trampoline at the end of the game. Sava and me argue about Haaland. Listen, yeah, I think you're right, mate. I think if we're looking at pure goal scoring, and Haaland is world class, right? He is. Um, but as a footballer, for me, he's not easy on the eye. He's not good to watch. You know, would I have him in my team? Hell the fuck yeah, of course I would. You know, he's one of the best finishers in world football. But if we're talking all-round footballer, then Harry Kane for me is is and has everything. And that's not just being biased as a Spurs fan 'cause he played for Spurs. I just think he's a wonderful, wonderful footballer. We always said when he was at Spurs that he was our best attacker, our best midfielder, and our best defender. And I think that says everything you need to know about him. I think people get um they don't understand that because they saw him when he was young and he wasn't very good, and he wasn't when he first come into the Tottenham side. I was one that said this guy's ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it. He's rubbish. He's not a Tottenham striker. You know, so many of these young Tottenham strikers we've had come through over the years and since Kane. And you think to myself, you think, nah, they're not up to it. And then bang, whatever happened, mentality monster, Harry Kane. And brilliant player. Lee saying big up to Pagey. And Pagey said, own fort paint was out and about on my bike. It started to rain like crazy, wet feet, wet shoes, shoelaces untied, and I'm stepping off. Boom, down I went. Oh no, Pagey. That's not good. That's not good. Um, it's one of them, isn't it? It's one of them. Maybe you're not thinking this at the time, so maybe apologies. But it's one of them at the time. It's embarrassing and it hurts. But afterwards, you look back and you're like, that was funny. And I bet if people watching, they would have pissed themselves. Um, but listen, maybe not. Maybe it was really, really bad. But hey, Kate says good morning to Lee. Pete saying, ouch, put your feet up, coffee, and let your hubby serve you today. Yeah, get your feet up, Pagey. Rest up and milk it for as much as you can. You know, get him to the shop, get him to get your chocolate and all sorts. Oh, I can't move today. You're gonna have to do everything, wash it up, hoovering, everything, cook dinner. You've go to the shops. You've literally massaged my feet, everything. Paige then scraped left elbow and knee and stiff as a board, but we move. People out there who have a lot worse. Absolutely. Andrew's in, saying it was a beautiful day in London yesterday. Wow. All I'm gonna say is wow. I saw a lot of it on TV. I watched quite a bit of it on YouTube yesterday. And masses out in their masses and fair play makes me proud to be English. It really does make me proud to be British. The people spoke yesterday. They absolutely spoke. Machina Joe says in Australia we don't have different accents like in England, Croatia, and England have different accents depending on what area you're from. Amazingly, amazing considering Australia's so big. It is, isn't it? I mean, my mum's lived in Australia for best part of 20 years, 20 years, and you know, she's not got an Australian accent yet. She's not picked it up, but my uncle moved there in the 70s, totally Australian. Like, yeah, it's weird. It is weird. Pete said in a group chat that if not the next rally, then sometime soon we should all meet up for a drinks, food, make a night of it. That sounds good. I am 100% up for that. I got to mention something else. 100% up for that, Pete. By the way, that sounds like a good idea. Machina Joseph, I'm drinking coffee. Now, Mr. Nigel, at 5:42 p.m. Fair play, fair play. Listen, I drink coffee anytime. I just have to be out to do it. Um, Vuskovic. Vuskovic has been obviously he's had a fantastic season in Germany. currently with Hamburg. But so many fans are saying he's not ready for the Premier League. He's not ready for Spurs. He's not ready to step up. He should go out on loan for another season. I don't get that mentality. From what I've seen of him in Germany, he looks like an absolute monster. He looks like a brilliant player, and I would take him back at Spurs and put him in our defence next season. What do you think, guys? Would you do the same? A lot of people saying, "Oh, he needs another loan." For me, I don't see it. I don't see it. You know, we didn't have this with Van der Ven. He had one good season in Bundesliga, comes over to Spurs, been brilliant. Yeah. Why are we not saying the same about Vuskovic? Is it because he's our player? Maybe we feel slightly differently. I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. John's in. Big up, John. Said morning all. Anyone got butterflies for the games coming up? Could be worse. It could be moths. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Magpies. Big up to you, John. Yeah, listen, I'm calm at the moment. I'm calm at the moment, but how long I stay calm for? As the day goes on, there is no doubt I'm going to get more and more nervous. But we will see. We will see. I just hope that Newcastle turn up because Newcastle on their day can beat absolutely anyone, right? They have got a fantastic team. They really have. They can beat anyone on their day. I just hope they turn up. Just hope they turn up because if West Ham are at their best and Newcastle are at their best, Newcastle win 9 times out of 10 for me. So massive game, and I will be doing the watch along with the 2 marks. Can't wait for it. It feels like a Tottenham game. It feels like a cup final. It's so big. It's so big. Andrew said he might meet a nice lady in Costa Niger. That's the idea, mate. I got told by the security that I couldn't keep walking up and down the fruit and veg aisle at Tesco, so I've had to move. I've had to move and go on Costa instead. Let's see what happens, mate. I'll keep you informed. John said, and some folk are saying that Ollie Watkins is better than Harry Kane. Crazy, crazy. Especially England fans, right? They don't get. I just don't understand. I don't understand it. I really don't. Harry Kane, best in the world. Machina Joe said, yes, rather have Haaland than, so, Barry. I told Sava, Haaland's not world class. We argued for a long time about it. He said the 80s and 90s strikers were world class artists. Yeah, you're right. I think you're right. Listen, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Haaland is a world class finisher. He's a goal scorer, yeah, pure goal scorer. But actually, as a footballer, for me, no, nowhere near world class. But as a pure goal scorer, he is. So maybe in that sense, you put it in a round ball, chuck it. Maybe he is just about world class. But actually, as a footballer, just don't enjoy watching him for me. Like I say, that doesn't mean I wouldn't take him. And strikers in the 80s and 90s, for me, every single team in the league had them, whether that was Division One or the Premier League. Every single team had a striker that you thought, wow. We go back to those strikers, and I can't remember them now, but we go back to those strikers in the 80s and 90s at all teams, and they would walk into the Tottenham team now, absolutely walk into them. And I'm talking about teams strikers that played for West Brom, your Cyril Regis, walk into the Tottenham side. But listen, it is what it is. Lee saying big up to John. Kate said Nige could do with Kane at Spurs. Ours are diabolical. Oh, imagine if we had Kane now. And there's no doubt. Listen, we look at it, and he did paper over the cracks for quite a few years. There's no doubt. If we had Harry Kane now, we would be nowhere near the bottom three. I reckon we'd be about ninth, eighth, ninth with Harry Kane, maybe even higher. Maybe even higher. I reckon you could add another 20 goals onto our tally. And that's being generous. I'm taking the 9 off that maybe, or 9 or 10 that Richarlison got and put them onto Kane. Kane would score all our goals, and we'd be in that top 8 or 9, battling for Europe, 100%. Machina says, yes, hello, everyone. Absolutely. Big up to everyone that's come in. Really do appreciate each and every one of you. As I said, please smash a like, hit the subscribe button. Really do appreciate it. Paisley says, sometimes you have to gamble and give players the opportunity. Don't work out. I'm sure clubs line up in January to load by 100%. 100% for me. Vuskovic is ready for the Premier League. He is a man mountain. And listen, he's had his loan. I'd understand if he went to Peterborough United and did okay at Peterborough, and people would be like, "Oh, yeah, maybe he needs another loan." He's gone to the Bundesliga. He's played against some of the best players in the world, Harry Kane included, in a league. I know a lot of people call it a farmers league. It's not a farmers league. There's a lot of good sides in the German league, and he has ripped it up. He's got a German team in the league, team of the season. He has been fantastic. Get him back at Spurs, get him in the squad, and he could save us 50 or 60 million in going out and buying another one. We could get rid of Romero for 60 million, bring Vuskovic back. We've saved ourselves 120 million because we don't need to spend the 60 million for Romero on bringing in someone else. And we don't need to spend another 60 million on bringing in some cover. So for me, it's a no-brainer, absolute no-brainer. Lisa and Hyder Machina. Kate saying we should have a team made around Kane, but this club haven't got the ambition. Absolutely, we just thought Kane would be enough. Kane and Son would be enough. Sadly, they're not. They're gone. And look at the state we are in. We are a mess, Kate. Absolute mess. A shit show of a club. And listen, we deserve whatever we get this season. Let's hope we don't go down, but we deserve whatever we get, as my voice goes again. Cookies in. So morning nights, big game today, and we're not even playing. It feels like a massive day, doesn't it, Cookie? A massive day in the season. We've been saying it every week for the last probably 3 months. This is the week. This week is the one. It's massive. Effectively, this week isn't the week. Next week is the week. It's the final game of the season, but this one feels massive. If Newcastle can beat West Ham, just gives us that breathing space. And whatever happens against Chelsea on Tuesday night, it's still in our hands. Draw the game at home to Everton, win the game at home to Everton, and we're safe. So for me, this game is huge. We don't want it being taken out of our own hands if West Ham win today, and then we fail to beat Chelsea. It's not a place I want to be. It really isn't. Lee's in. Big up, Lee. Said, may the force be with you. Come on, you Spurs. Away the lads. We are all Geordies for the day, aren't we? Oh, mate, I'm going to go mental. We do that watch along later. Newcastle score. I'm going to never celebrate so much as I'm going to later as an opposition fan, as a fan of another club. If Newcastle score, it's going to be magnificent. Lee saying hi to Kate. Jimmy's in. Saying big up, Nigel, in the chat. Good morning. Big up to you, Jimmy. I hope you're well, buddy. I hope you are well. Jimmy, give me the Newcastle. What Newcastle team would you pick today? Bit of a more of a difficult question for you. I know you always give the Spurs team. I think you know Madison playing in 10. I've got it. But what Newcastle team would you pick today? I don't know. As long as those midfield three are now, I'm happy. Machina Joe said, I'd try Vuskovic in the Premier League next season. He's not small like Modric was. He's a big bastard already, very strong and physical. Let's see him against England at the World Cup. Listen, I hope he has a magnificent World Cup for Croatia. Always had a soft spot for Croatia, obviously, because we've had so many Croatian players over the years, but always loved their kit. The kit's always something different, isn't it? So many international kits, including England's, by the way, is so dull, so boring. So always liked it when Croatia were playing. And they've had some fantastic footballers. And the amazing thing is, we've got one of them now. We just need to play him. We just need to play him. Get him on a long contract and play him because I'm telling you now, this kid is going to be worth over 100 million. And if we're not careful, we could lose him. So let's do the right thing here. Let's get him back in this side and get him playing. If we stay up, of course, if we go down, we could lose him anyway. Pagey said 90s football was something else all across the pitch compared to the quality today. Couldn't agree more, Pagey. It's such a difference, wasn't it, in football, the 90s football. I can remember watching like Sheffield Wednesday, and they had like Carbone playing for them, and Middlesbrough when they had Emerson and Janino and Ravanelli. You know, all the teams, even the bottom sides, had top players, and it was a joy to watch in the 90s. It really was. Kate says, Nige, have you invested in the coffee machine? Save you money in the long run. I don't drink coffee. I'm a tea person. I'm just weird, Kate. I drink tea when I'm at home. I'm a tea drinker. Um, but when I'm out, I find that tea is a little bit boring. So I try and spice it up a little bit by going for a coffee. And depends what sort of mood I'm in. This is how rock and roll I am. Sometimes I'll have an Americano. Most of the time I'll have an Americano. Every now and again, I might even go for a flat white if I'm feeling really like lucrative, if I really want to treat myself. And last week, 'cause I go in the coffee shop every day, last week I got some weird looks because I actually went in and asked for a mocha, a mocha. I fancied a coffee, but I also fancied something sweet. So, and it was good. It was good. I might go for a mocha today as well. Who knows? But yeah, I haven't thought about getting a coffee. My youngest bought me a coffee machine a few years ago actually, and I use it to start with. But for me, it's not so much the drink; it is the social aspect, just getting out of the house. So otherwise, I'd be stuck in there all day. I haven't got a life, so it is what it is. So yeah, I haven't really thought about buying an expensive one. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Kate says, sorry, Kate. Lee says, best finisher I have seen, Lineker, masterclass. Lineker was a great finisher as well. You look back at him now, very, very underrated. Again, not much of a footballer, not the greatest footballer in the world. Pure finishing, Gary Lineker. Really was a great finisher. Um, but there you go. John says, hi, you're back to Lee. Rodney's in. So big up the Spurs. Absolutely, Rodney. Big up to you, mate. I hope you are well. And Paige says, one of my clubs, AC Milan, went from the likes of Van Basten, Inzaghi, and Wea, Ibrahimovic, Shevchenko to Fulkrug now. How the mighty have fallen. Unfortunately, it goes for a lot of clubs. I think you're absolutely right, Paige. There are not the quality of strikers like there used to be, is there? And I don't know why that is. Does anyone else know why or why they think that is? Is it because they've taken they've taken the naturalness? I'm not even sure that's a word. But it's almost like they just train them to death. Certain, it's not like just let the players be players. These players, Van Basten, what a great player. I was watching a little documentary on him yesterday, and I didn't realize that he'd stopped playing at 27 through injury. He'd stopped playing at 27. What a striker Van Basten was. One of the best I've seen, without a doubt. He didn't get to see much European football back in the day, but Van Basten at AC Milan and obviously with the Dutch side, brilliant, brilliant striker. And yeah, Ibrahimovic as well, great striker. Shevchenko, before he went to Chelsea, was world class. But yeah, I think a lot of teams just don't have that quality of striker anymore. There's just not those strikers out there. We're talking about Spurs selling their two strikers in the summer, which they absolutely should. And we're thinking about strikers we can bring in. And, the names that are being banded around, Gulassi is a big one. You know, okay, yeah, he's decent, but he's hardly like that. Oh my God, what a striker. Someone who I want to bring in, Vlahovic. Again, he's decent, but he's not one that makes you think, oh my God, Tottenham have got this man. There just isn't the level of striker out there anymore. Harry Kane, Mbappe. Um, I'm already lost. That's where we are. And we're looking at, Lewandowski as a, what, 40-year-old nearly? It's crazy. It really is crazy. Sticks in. So morning nights, we've got some good young talent that needs to be more involved next season, whatever the league we're in. Mixed in with experience. I agree, Stick. It is time now. It's time. Listen, we need to bring quality in. Absolutely. I'm fed up with most of these players. I'd like to see the back of them. Get rid of all of them, as far as I'm concerned. Keep the odd one or two. Have a massive clear out. Bring in a few of these. Don't go buying any more young players unless they are of real quality. I don't want to see any more 40 million pound punts on a player that's had one good season or half a good season in the first team when we've got these young players in our academy. Let's bring these through now. A couple of them, one or two. Doesn't have to be five or six. One or two into the first team squad. Get them integrated, and don't buy any more young players. And like I say, unless they're of real quality, like that are going to walk into that first team, then fine. I don't think any of us have got a problem if we went out and spent 40 million on a really, really good top class young player. And we have that already in Vuskovic, by the way. So let's get him back and just buy a few really good quality Premier League, European experienced players to go alongside it and build a side. Let's see where we can go. But first and foremost, yeah, Spurs need a plan. We need to decide as a club what we're going to do and go from now. And I don't know. I don't think any of us know what the plan is. I don't think Tottenham know what the plan is. I think the plan right now is just to stay in the Premier League. Um, and then we will see in the summer. It's going to be an interesting summer, whatever happens. But listen, let's get this week out the way. The sporting journey's in. Big up, Stu. Says good morning. I hope you're well, our friend. Good morning to chat. Please remember to like the show and subscribe if you're new. Thank you. Big up to you, Stu. Thank you very much, mate. Yes, got your text yesterday. I haven't replied to it. That's really rude. Sorry, buddy. But yeah, I think we are away for a couple of the games, but I'm sure we can sort some out. Absolutely. I didn't dream that, did I? I didn't dream it. F. Sank saying, morning, Nige. Tonight is the biggest game in our history, and we're not even playing, right? We're not even playing. It is a massive game, and we're not even involved. But listen, let's just hope, guys. Let's just hope that we can pull something out. We can pull something out, and hopefully Newcastle win, and then we can get something at Chelsea, and it's done. It's done. We can relax. But big up to you, F. Sank. I hope you're well, mate. Machina Joe said in recent times, Perisic, Mandzukic, Rakitic, all came from the Bundesliga. Many good Croatian players back in the 90s from the Bundesliga went elsewhere to bigger and better things. Yeah, listen, all great players. Perisic obviously played for Spurs right at the end of his Spurs career. Even though he's still playing now, isn't he? I think. Always fancied Mandzukic at Spurs. Never happened, obviously. And Rakitic was a great player for Barcelona. Scored that wonder goal against us, of course, in the Champions League. Kate saying good morning to the sporting journey. Machina Joe, we are talking Croatia now. Alan Boxic, yes, was at Middlesbrough. Unbelievable. Even the smaller clubs had world class foreigners. Thieno Barry's not worthy of tying up the shoelaces. Who was the guy who went to who was at Portsmouth? Prosinecki? Wasn't he Croatian as well? Maybe he wasn't. I don't know, but wow, he was a player. He was a player. Absolutely brilliant player. He was. Kate saying, nice. Fans don't deserve this mess. It's a bloody shit show of a club and of these owners. Yeah, listen, Enoch out, Lange out, the wanker. I always love how it's like literally Lange gets away with nothing with you, Kate. Nothing. He yeah. I reckon he must watch. He must watch and go, oh God, Kate's on at me again. I haven't done nothing wrong. But I agree. Listen, Kate, he needs to go. Lange needs to go. 100%. Jimmy saying, here you go, Nige. Pope, Hall, Botman, Theo, Byrne, Bruno, Tonali, Joelinton, Murphy, Barnes, Asula. What do you think? Yeah, listen, I go with that. That Asula looks quite good, doesn't he? He's quite pacey and he attacks defenders. Listen, I'm surprised you haven't put Walt Mider in. Walt Mider, is that how you call it? Or Volt Mider. But listen, that size should be good enough. That midfield three of Bruno Tonali and Joelinton is powerful, powerful. So let's see what happens. Spurs glory's in. Big up, mate. It's in different generations. A lot of things have changed since AC Milan's golden age. Absolutely, they have. A lot of the Italian sides are not lot like they used to be, are they? I can remember watching back in the 80s, early 90s, and Parma, they were a good side, one of the best sides. Not even sure whether they're in the Italian first division now or La Liga, whatever it's called. Don't even watch Italian football. Machina Joe says George Weah And Dejan Saverovic terrorised opposition defences for AC Milan. Van Basten, Hullet, and Rijkaard like watching football Mozart. Such rubbish these days. Absolutely, absolutely. And that's just like their midfield and their attack. You look at their defence as well. Baresi, Costa Curta, you know, so many, so many. Cafu over the years as well. Brilliant, brilliant players AC Milan had. They really did. Page said football has changed so much. Everyone has to be good on the ball, fit the system, walk the ball into net instead of taking risks. Perfect, Pagey. Absolutely perfect. You're right. Risk taking has been taken out of football. It's not the same. It's all data. Everything is data. We pass here, we pass here, we pass there. And they've taken the element of surprise out of football. You can't just be natural. You can't play your game and it's all very robotic and very boring for a lot of the time. I've got to say, watching that cup final yesterday was very boring. It was a hard watch. You know, put a bet on, and I'm not really a betting man, but I put a bet on yesterday. I thought it actually was quite decent, and it was 7 shots on target between 3 players, right? And the 3 players were Cole Palmer, Doku, and who was the other one? I can't remember who the other one was, but 3 players, 3 attacking players. And I thought, listen, Cole Palmer's a penalty taker. He likes to get the ball cut in, bang. Doku's the same. He's been scoring goals for fun recently. And the other one, I can't remember who it was, but it was a Man City attacking midfielder. And he likes to get a shot off as well. Only 7 shots in the whole game. That's all they've got to do. I think there was 1 between all 3 of them. It was awful. Absolutely awful. Pagey said PSG v Brian first leg was my favourite game of the season, a throwback to the 90s, open play from both with mistakes, etc., but attacking football from both sides. Absolutely, it was breathless, wasn't it? The whole game. As soon as one team stopped attacking, the other team started. It was just constantly at each other. The second leg was a bit of a letdown, but it was never going to match up to the first leg. And every now and again in Europa League or in Champions League, more in the Champions League, we get a game like that, which is just pure football. Sadly, we don't get it in the Premier. I can't remember the last time I watched a Premier League game and was like, "Whew, I'm knackered." That was amazing. Um, I'm trying to think of one now. I just can't. I literally can't. Spurs Glory says most modern players are robots and with a lot of muscles. Inzaghi, for example, was thin but very intelligent and canny. Alex Ferguson admired him and hated him too. Yeah, listen, different style of footballers back then, right? You're right. It is all about athleticism now. Players have to be a certain size, a certain build. You know, they've got to be able to run forever. And sadly, it's just not the game it used to be. It doesn't help with VAR, referees, and just too much stop starting. It's just not the game. And for me, this is why so many players get injuries now. So many players get muscular injuries because of the constant stop start. VAR check for 4 or 5 minutes. You know, these players are stood there getting cold, and we wonder why they get muscle injuries. Something needs to be done about our game because for me, it's ruined. It's been tarnished over the last 10 to 15 years. It's time to strip it back. Strip it back, go back to what it was. Get rid of all this data crap. Start watching with the eye and start falling in love with football again. Finn is in, said, Morning, Nige. My nan was French. She used to make a simple roast coffee in a banged up old percolator. To this day, it's still the best I've ever had. Fair play, mate. I would love to try that. That sounds absolutely delicious. It really does. But yeah, instead I go to Costa and get the crap they serve up. Sorry, Costa, fantastic, but it is a lot of money for what it is. It really is. Paisley says when Croatia gets mentioned, I always have to think about Prosinecki, Boban, and Suko. Oh my God, man. These players, Prosinecki, yeah, he did play for Croatia. Boban, what a player he was, and what a good looking boy, too. Absolutely brilliant player. And Davor Suker. Another one, top striker. When he came to the Premier League, he was getting on a bit, wasn't he? He wasn't quite the same when he came to Arsenal, but yeah, a magnificent striker. Croatia just has some wonderful players over the years. They really have. The Sporting Journey says you're 100% right, Pagey. This is going to sound daft, but the manager is playing games by controlling what each player does. Yeah, just just let the players be players. Let them express themselves. Let them be natural. Davy Jones says, "Are we going to stay in the Premier League? These two final games mean so much, and rely on other results to go our way. I hope we can stay up, but it's out of our hands." Well, at the moment, Dave. Big up to you, Dave. It's totally in our hands, right? All we have to do is get 4 points from our last two games, and we stay up, regardless of what West Ham do. Unless West Ham win their next two games 7-0 and 7-0, right? Or 6-0 and 6-0. As long as we get a point and then a win, or a win and then a point, we stay up. We only need 4 points. Kind of feels like it's out of our hands because West Ham play first, right? And if West Ham get that result, it heaps of pressure on Tottenham. We all know how bad we are at Chelsea. So it kind of feels like we've only got one game left, doesn't it? Because Chelsea's just a write-off. So I get what you mean. It feels like it's out of our hands because one of the games is Chelsea. We've all written it off. But effectively, it is still in our own hands. But big up to you, Dave. I think we're going to stay up. I think we're going to stay up. Guys, drop a comment. Are we going to stay up? While you're dropping that comment, smash a like. Really would appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button too. Machina Joe says yes. Robert Potaneski, proper baller, smoked cigarettes at halftime. True story. Played for Real Madrid and Barcelona. Yeah, great player, great player. Listen, we used to all smoke fags at halftime as well. When we used to play for the Dog and Duck down the road. Wasn't quite the same, but we all thought of ourselves as little Prosinetskis or whoever the player was at the time. Cookie said, what about Walt Mider, Jimmy? Yeah, I think he'll start personally. The Sporting Journey sends big up to the two marks. And Upton Parker, big up to Upton Parker, says, morning Spurs fans. What a day, eh? Sadly, Joelinton is out with a thigh injury. No! Otherwise, at full strength. I bet you're all on Newcastle Brown in it. Big up to you, Upton Parker. I didn't realise that Joelinton was out. That could change everything for me. Oh, no. What the hell? Am I reading that Chelsea have confirmed Thingy as manager as well? Just had something pop up on my phone. This could be a bad day for Spurs already. We hadn't even started yet. Let's have a look. I haven't seen anything yet. No, I haven't seen anything yet. That's fine. But listen, if he's out, Upton Parker, that gives West Ham a massive chance. And oh wow, okay, that's changed my mind a little bit. It's changed my mind a little bit. But big up to you, Upton Parker. Cookie saying good morning to Stu, and then Cookie saying no, Joelinton is a touch for us. I like Joelinton. I think he's a top player. Paige is saying good morning to Cookie. Kate said nice. We need to get wet lettuce out. He's absolutely dreadful. Langerwanker out. Be in the same shit if he stays. I agree. He should be gone. He should be gone. He really should. He's terrible. He is terrible. Machina Joe says, nice, you mentioned Palmer now. Do you remember Mario Stanic's goal on debut for Chelsea at Stamford Bridge? I can remember him. I can't remember the goal. No, I can't. Again, and Chelsea are another team who had some top Croatians over the years. Petrescu, of course, played for Chelsea. He's poorly now, isn't he? Sick, I think. But yeah, again, Chelsea, another team who has some top players. I think there was Petrescu. No, Petrescu was Romanian, wasn't he? Petrescu was Romanian. Shut up, Nigel. You know nothing. Getting ahead of myself, see? Thinking I know about European football. Yeah. Petrescu was Romanian. Pagey says, "I'm good, Cookie, but bit banged up, but we move. We do get well soon, Pagey. Take it easy today. Don't do too much." Machina Joe said, "Mario Stanic with an audacious 35-yard volley, widely regarded as one of the greatest goals ever scored on debut in the Premier League in 2000 against West Ham." I'm going to look it up straight after this. I'm sure I've probably seen it, but I will look after this. Cookie says, "Pagey, look after yourself. I hope you feel better soon." Echoing everybody, I think today. Let's go down the chat. Jimmy saying good morning to Cookie. Not playing well, mate. It seems like he doesn't want to be there anymore. Oh, that's a Vault Moder. Yeah, he did play the other night, though, didn't he? Did play the other night, but I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Newcastle to know whether he plays a lot or not. Vim Fuego's in, big up. Says you watched Haaland yesterday. He was a colossus. Yeah, listen, he does well. Listen, he is what he is, right? He is a top class finisher, and he can hold the ball up. But all I'm saying with Haaland is for me, he's not the all-round footballer. He's not the graceful. You watch Harry Kane and his touch, his control, the way he moves. His passing outside of the foot, inside of the foot is just a thing of beauty. If he was Italian, if he was Spanish, us English wouldn't have a problem with saying he is the best player in world football without a doubt. I don't know what it is with us English. Sometimes we like to put our own down. It's like it is what it is. I hear some England fans don't even want him in the England team because they think he isn't that good. It's crazy, crazy. But Haaland yesterday was fantastic, and he was frustrated, wasn't he, that he wasn't getting the ball because there was a couple of times he was in if he was passed to, just didn't get it. Cookie said morning to Kate. Luman's in, saying Kate, Pete, Lee, Modge, chat, everyone. Wave, me. Hiya. Big up to you. Hope you're well. Cookie saying smash the like and button, everyone. Yeah, smash that like button. It is so important. Much appreciated. Evan says, "Good morning, Nige. Big up from all from Hong Kong. I have set my alarm for 3 a.m. to get up and watch the Chelsea game. I hope we win. Come on, you Spurs." Well, I hope we win as well, mate. I really do. And I hope we win for you. Getting up at that time. Absolutely crazy. But big up to you. Big up to you. Lumen says like and subscribe. Thank you so much, mate. Really do appreciate it. Let's see if I've got to the. I am now 1.59. Don't know whether you can see that. I am what that was a bit like that. One sub away from 1.6k, guys. Anyone out there who's not subbed, please smash that sub button. And I will be at 1.6k. But thank you very much, Lumen. Much appreciated. Cookie said big up to Lumen. Stu said, please remember to hit the like and subscribe if you're new. Absolutely. Machina Joe says, overcoaching, average players, shit tactics, VAR, all rubbish. Long live the 80s. Crowds were louder too. 1989 FA Cup final, Liverpool v Everton. Toffee fans, mass pitch invasion after the Everton goals. And this is what I'm talking about. These FA Cup finals back in the day. Listen, not every FA Cup final was great. There were some real stinkers, right? But FA Cup final, Liverpool Everton. What a great game that was. I think Liverpool won 3-2, but just two throw the whole game back and forth. It was a great cup final. They don't have cup final. We don't have cup finals like that anymore. And I don't know whether it's a VAR, whether it's tactical, whether the players just aren't as good. Physically, they're a lot stronger, they're a lot more powerful. If you put up a Premier League side, if you put up Man City side now or Arsenal's team now, let's put up Arsenal's team because they're a lot more powerful against maybe the great Liverpool side of the 80s. Like Arsenal would probably overrun them. They'd probably batter them because they're bigger, they're more powerful, they're stronger, they're fitter. But actually, pure football, I think the Liverpool side would absolutely outclass them. I think it's just a different era we're in. Hopefully, we can go back one day to an era where football was better on the eye, more of a spectacle, more beautiful to watch. But it is what it is. Thank you to the one person who subbed. I am now at 1.6k, much appreciated to every single person who has supported me. It's taken a while to get to 1.6k. Let's hope it doesn't go down to 1.599 again. It probably will. It is what it is, but much love. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate the subs, guys, and the likes, and just you guys being out. It really does make my day, because I know I'm not as constant as I should be, and apologies for that. Pagey sends Joelinton out. Oh dear, that means no elbow today. Walt Voltmeider, time to wake up. Yeah, it's listen, that's a big blow, I think, for Newcastle. Upton Parker says shouldn't make a difference with no Joelinton. He'd only get sent off knowing him. He is an aggressive player, isn't he? An aggressive player. I like him. I like him. Terrible striker, but as a midfielder, very good player. Andrew says, Ian Kieran Trippier, we trust. Yeah, we need Trippier to turn up, don't we? We need Trippier to turn up. Maybe a 35-yard free kick. Like I say, taking his Newcastle shirt off, he's got a Spurs shirt underneath, kisses the badge. That's what we want. That would be the dream. Listen, it's going to be tough. It's going to be an interesting game. And whatever happens, right? Whatever happens, and this is what we have to try and remember. Whatever happens, it's still in our hands. As long as we win our games, doesn't matter what West Ham do. It really doesn't. It's just a shame that it's us and West Ham. For me, I would have loved Forest to be dragged into it, but it is what it is. Is one of us has to go, which means one less London derby for the Premier League. I'm guessing. Trying to think he went up from the Championship, but listen, it is what it is. Cookie says, "Said it wrong, mate. No, Joelinton is a touch for West Ham." I was going to say, I thought you rated Joelinton. Yeah, it is a touch for West Ham. It makes things more interesting. I'm guessing. I'm trying to think who would come in, and replace him. Or the ex-Arsenal player, maybe. Can't think of his name right now, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. Dave Jones said Chelsea appoint Alonso on a 4-year deal. That's what I was just looking at. That's the text I just saw. That is a disaster. That is a disaster. It's so typically Spurs, isn't it? If Alonso has joined Chelsea on a 4-year deal just before the Spurs game. Yeah, I don't know. Kate says, what about Liverpool fans in meltdown wanting Slot out and Mo Salah coming out again? Listen, it's a beautiful thing to watch, isn't it? It is a beautiful thing to watch. As much as Tottenham are struggling and we're up against it and we could go down, it's also nice when we see another big club struggling. And we say struggling, they're not doing bad. They're in the top 6 or 7, but struggling as what they usually are. And yeah, they're going mental, aren't they? I think Slot will be gone. I thought Alonso would be walking to Liverpool this summer, but it seems like he's going to Chelsea by all reports. We will see. The Sporting Journey says, please remember to like the show and subscribe if you're new. Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Smash that like, hit that subscribe. John says, Dan Petrescu or Dan Petrescu, as I called him. I never thought of it like that, but now, forever, I will think of that, John. So thank you. Thank you. Spurs Glory says Mandzukic, a great player too. He was a very good striker, wasn't he? Very good striker. Kate says stay up. Fingers crossed. Absolutely. Upton Parker says anyone enjoy the game? No one knows which way it will go. Remember, we can panic all we like, but we ain't playing. But if we don't beat Newcastle, you should go for a ball draw against Chelsea. Yeah, same. I agree, mate. I agree. Nobody knows. We're just fans here. We're just watching it play out. One of us is going to go. That's one thing we know for certain. But we will see. Listen, I don't want to say good luck to you guys, but I've seen some decent West Ham fellows on YouTube. So listen, I wish you all the best for the game. Obviously, I hope Newcastle win, but it is what it is. If you win, we've got to go and do our job, and we will see what happens. Pete saying good morning to Lumen. And John saying, yep, Xabi Alonso, 4-year deal confirmed. Manager bounce incoming. Fuck me. I mean, it shouldn't matter so much, really. But why is it? Why against Tottenham? Why can't he do it just at the end of the season? Why now? That guy who looks a bit, I don't know. He just looks out of his place. He looks like an electrician for me, the Chelsea manager at the moment. He looks like he shouldn't be that. But Why now? Why not just wait to the end of the season, Chelsea? Brilliant. Okay, so as we were saying, is out of our hands because we're going to lose to Chelsea. But yeah, that's a problem. Pete saying, Nige, being a huddle member, I'm waiting on videos just for me. I will do it, mate. I will do it. Yeah, I do just a special stream, Pete, just for you. Thank you for being a huddle member, mate. I really do appreciate that. That's yeah, that's something special. Memberships and super chats are available, but guys, what's more important is that you keep hitting that like button and you subscribe. Really would appreciate. I'm going to go for another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to hand you over to the amazing two marks, the main event. Yeah, I definitely do feel like an undercard at a boxing fight, without a shadow of a doubt. John says, yeah, Xabi Alonso 4-year deal confirmed. New manager Bankton coming. I've just read that, haven't I? And Pete said, I'm surprised about Alonso. With Slot on his way out, you think Liverpool would have made them move, that he made him their number one target. I agree. I was adamant that he was going to go to Liverpool. Really was. But it is what it is. Machina Joe said Liverpool fans losing it because Alonso to Chelsea. They can have David Moyes if they pay the transfer fee. Wow. Wow. Singara, big up to you, mate. Says Spurs to sign Francisco Conceição. I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no. I don't think he's going to come if we go down now. But let's hope we don't. Samuel's in. Big up, Samuel. Says, I cannot read that. I cannot read that. But all on 2 players are replacing Casemiro at Man United. Yeah, listen, can't read them all. Camavinga, I can read that. Eduardo, I can read that. But listen, all very good players. All very good players. And listen, United, I think they're going to go one step further next season. I think United are going to be a force within the next couple of years. That's my tip. I think United are going to be a force in the next couple of years. Jimmy said, Pete, all Liverpool fans I know didn't want Alonso. Yeah. Singara says Spurs will be fine. I hope so, mate. I hope so. Let's see. Pete says, I'd be giving you I'd be giving giving me the bird. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably right. Paige is saying I have Camavinga and I can't pronounce his name all day at Man United as long as they don't go for Valverde. Yes. Davy Jones Spurs said Daisy, any good? Fantastic game, mate. Fantastic game. If you guys haven't played, haven't played Daisy, play Daisy. It's a great game. Absolutely brilliant game. I will be playing it later for sure. Cookie says you're definitely no undercard, mate. Yeah, I am. It's fine. It's fine. Love the 2 Mark show. Greatest brunch show out there. And we will be doing a watch along later, guys. So make sure you tune in for that. It is gonna be epic. It really is. Been saying it seems like every injury, manager appointment, and decision in the Premier League this season has gone against Spurs in some way. I seriously wonder if I am living in a simulation. It feels like that, mate, doesn't it? It feels like it. We are not getting a lot of luck. You know, they say that over a season that kind of things even out. I don't feel like they have this season. I think that's why maybe we're in the position we're in. But it is what it is. Singara says, where's Milton gone? Haven't seen him in any chats. Mate, are you Milton? Are you Milton? I mean, I don't know. Maybe not, but I haven't seen him either. I haven't seen him either. But when you mentioned Milton, then you mentioned Constance Sau earlier, I'm like, ooh, I'm putting 2 and 2 together. And mate, Singara, even if you're not Milton, I'm just gonna think you're Milton now for the rest of my life. The Stoic is in saying, I guess we find out more about our fate later on in black and white. Away the lads. Come on, Newcastle. Absolutely. Massive, massive game. Jimmy said, thanks, nice. Have a great day. And to you, buddy. And to you. And Dave Jones says, we have not had a pen this season. We haven't. No penalty this season. We are due one, right? We are due a penalty, but we will see what happens. Guys, I'm about to finish and the room starts spinning up. It's typical. Guys, smash that like, hit the subscribe if you haven't. I've hit 1.6k, so thank you very much to everyone that's subscribed. If I could go a little bit over it, just in case I lose 1 or 2, that would be fantastic. Guys, keep hitting that like, keep hitting that subscribe button. I am now going to pass you over to the Two Mark Show. Have a great Sunday. Fingers crossed for Newcastle United tonight. Let's hope they get the job done. Take the pressure off us. And then we don't need to worry about Xavi Alonso. Guys, have a good one. Much love to each and every single one of you. And as always, come on, you Spurs.